Hi guys, this is what a lot of men like. This is the attraction to a lot of men. Boobs, ass, showing a little bit of cleavage. This is what a lot of men are looking for on social media. This is what a lot of men marry. This is how a lot of men find their wives. Just this. They want to see a little bit of cleavage. They want that fine girl with the Coke-shaped bottle. They want the girl with a big breast and a big ass. That's how they find their wives. Wahala for who no get cleavage. But this is reality. There's a popular saying that goes, behind every successful man, there must be a woman. A lot of men do not understand that statement. And I'm going to teach you the meaning of that statement. Behind every successful man, there must be a woman. A lot of men have picked the wrong women who have messed up their life. If you marry the wrong woman, you are doomed as a man. Now I'm going to give you an instance. Do you know why the Bible said behind every successful man there must be a woman? It's because women are collectors and are keepers by nature. Men are givers by nature. Men don't know how to keep anything. That's the reason why that your ex-boyfriend has gotten another girlfriend. That's the reason why that your ex-husband has remarried. That's the reason why it is very, very easy for a man to move on. It is very easy for a man to move on because they are not keepers, they are givers. They're always looking for where to give. They're always looking for where to drop something. That is how God has done it. That's why the Bible said, behind every successful man, there must be a woman. Not just an ordinary woman, a strong woman. Now, the problem is, all you men want is the body. You always choose the wrong things. You always chase the wrong thing. You're looking for that woman that has that physical physique, that woman that has that perfect body. You know, the one that can show you the whole cleavage and looking hot. This is what you guys marry. This is what you like. But this is just the surface. You don't marry depth. You marry surface. And that's the reason why your life is messed up. Because all you are marrying is breasts and nyash. Do you know what it is for a woman to be a keeper? It simply means as a man, everything you get, you're going to give it to a woman to keep for you. When you get the wrong woman and give her everything you have, and she cannot keep it, you are doomed. That is the meaning of behind every successful man, there must be a woman. A lot of people have to change their mentality to how they choose the people that they want to get married to. You need to be able to look beyond the physical and look at the depths. That's what I want to tell you on this video. You're looking for that perfect girl, the big nyash, the Coke bottle. Every woman's breast is going to sag. Every woman's nyash is going to fall. Every woman is going to have that stretch marks. Every woman is going to have that imperfection. When you are looking for a woman, look for a depth woman. Do not look for a surface woman. Because everything you're going to acquire in your life, you're going to give it to that woman to keep for you. All this money you are making, a woman will keep it for you. She's going to give you generation. She's going to have children for you. If you do not get a woman who is a good keeper, a depth woman, everything you have worked for is going to go down the drain. Leave breast, leave nyash. Now flesh, it go fall, it go weak. Be a depth man. Be a man who can look at a woman and say, this one na material. This one, when I'm not here, this lady can do something. When I'm not here, this one has sense. When I'm not here, this one can invest. Do you know a lot of men marry women they can't even talk to? A lot of men marry women they can't even share their ideas with. Why? Because you married breast and you married nyash. By the time you knock that breast and that nyash, 1 year you are tired. You begin to look for a woman that has sense. But when you were getting married, when you looking for a woman that had sense, you were looking for the one that had nyash and the one that had breast. But the moment you get married to her, you suddenly start to look for a woman that has sense. Longevity is the key, not now. A depth woman is a woman who is futuristic, a woman who can see the future. You see all these rich men that you're seeing today that you admire, Dangote, all the governors and all that. Their wives were there with them when they have not become governors. A lot of men, a lot of governors and presidents, it is their wife that has a powerful say. Women are not the problem. You are the problem. A lot of time, it is the men that make women focus on their body. Every time you are insulting a woman, she's a slay queen. She's a slay queen. She's a slay queen. She's a slay queen. That's what you focus on. That's why every woman wants to do nyash and every woman wants to do breast, because that's what every man is looking at. That's the criteria to getting a husband. That's the criteria to getting a rich man. That's the criteria to getting a good man. Nyash and breast. So a woman focuses her energy on the nyash and breast. When she finally comes into the marriage, you don't want nyash and breast again. You want a woman that has sense. Encourage them to focus on their brain and know. You are the first to body shame a woman. You are the first to tell her that she's very thin. Her nyash is flash. Her breast is small. You body shame them. They leave the major thing, which is building their personal worth. They leave the major thing, which is building their brains, and focus on their body. Because you men have made them believe that without the body, if you are not Coke bottle, if you don't have flat tummy, if your nyash is not big, we are not going to be attracted to you. Let me block this fool. Be a depth man. Somebody said, how can I identify a woman that has sense? Look beyond the surface. It's very easy. The easiest way to identify a woman that has sense, you look beyond the surface. Look beyond her body. There is more she has to offer. Look for a woman who can communicate. Look for a woman who is futuristic. Look for a woman who has longevity. Don't look for a now woman. There are some women that is only what they see that they are attracted to. If you're not holding an iPhone, if you're not driving a Benz, if you're not wearing a Rolex, they cannot date you. But a lot of men who are driving Benz and carry Rolex up and down, they didn't have it before. They once trekked. They were not born with Mercedes-Benz. Look for a futuristic woman. A woman who is... So it is only a futuristic woman that is a keeper. A woman who is not futuristic is a collector. Remember I told you something. Men are givers by nature. Women are collectors and keepers by nature. A woman is born to collect from you. But a real woman will keep those things that she has collected. That's what is called investment. There are some women that every money you give them, you are sure that anytime you are broke, you can tell your wife, baby girl, please, you hold 50K. Your wife go her account, give you 50,000. Because for every time you were giving her so much money, she was saving it somewhere. But there are some women, as you are giving them, they are chopping. As you are giving them, they are chopping. When you are broke and you don't even have money, baby girl, can I get 50K? I'll not get her. She don't buy Brazilian hair. It simply means she's a collector. She's not a keeper. She doesn't have longevity. She's a now woman. Chop, make with the chop they go. That's how to know a woman that has sense. Longevity. Is she thinking of tomorrow? A woman that does not have sense just want to chop now. They don't care about tomorrow. Give me the Brazilian hair now, bone straight hair. I want it now. That's a now woman. But when you're looking for a real woman, you want to get married, you want to settle down, except you still want to be doing girlfriend and boyfriend. But when you want to settle down, you need to look for a woman who has what is called longevity, who can see beyond your now. There are some women that will look at you. You are not where you are going to, but they have seen where you are going to. It doesn't matter whether the person is going to dump you or leave you. The fact is that they're going to help you get there. I am one proud woman. I used to tell my ex till today, when I met my ex-husband, he was nobody. I met my ex-husband when he was still driving his father's old Mercedes-Benz. You know that old Mercedes-Benz flat boots? Not 190. I met him. I met him in his father's house. In his room in his father's house. But when I met him, 3 years after I met him, he built his own house. He bought his own car. I slept with him on the rug because I knew he was going somewhere. I saw his potential. In as much as we have broken up, I am happy that I was part of the growth. He cannot tell his story without me. I knew he had potential. So I looked beyond it. I knew that this guy is going somewhere. In as much as he doesn't have a car right now, if he takes time, if I come into this man's life, if I talk to him, if I tell him, baby, do this. The second time I went to see my ex in his father's house, I could not come out. You know why? Because he was staying in a family compound. So I can't come out of the house because I used to feel bad. Hi, his sisters were living in the house. So I told him, baby, I don't think I'll come to visit you again. He said, why? I said, because I'm not comfortable. He's somehow now. I'll just come to your house. I'll be coming out of your house. This is your family house. He told me, okay, honey, what do we do? I said, no matter how small, even if you get a one room, at least let me be able to cook for you. Because when I go to his house, I cannot cook. Because it's a family house. I can't enter into his mother's kitchen and be cooking. Let me at least be able to cook for you. Let me be free. And I said, okay, honey, when next you come to Port Harcourt, I would have built something, no matter how small. The next time I was coming to Port Harcourt, my ex had built a 1-bedroom flat. A woman made him do it. If I was not in the picture, he would have lived in his father's house conveniently. It is only a woman that can make you to want to go and rent a house. Without you having a woman, what are you leaving your father's house for? You are going to stay there, not be only you. Because a man, you only just to come out. It's a woman that will make you want to get a 3-bedroom. Because you want to settle down. You want to bring a woman. Without a woman, a lot of men will not grow. It is women that make you grow as a man. That's why they said, behind every successful man, there must be a woman. But first of all, the woman is a yes. There are two types of women. We have the women who are collectors by nature. We have the women who are keepers by nature. The ones who are collectors are girlfriends. The ones who are keepers are wives. That's why when you penetrate a woman during sex and you pour inside of her, she collects your sperm. If her body is fertile enough, she keeps your sperm and reproduces it into a child. That's why I said men are givers, women are collectors and keepers. It's not every woman that can keep sperm. When you have this understanding as a man, you wouldn't look at now. Because no matter how beautiful a woman is, and she doesn't have what is called common sense, and she doesn't have longevity, and she doesn't have that strong potentials to keep things, you cannot marry her. You're going to get tired of her. I used to say the sex in marriage is not all about sex. When you get married, you're going to get tired of fucking. Your husband will be bringing prick. You say, I don't want to fuck today, baby, I'm not in the mood. Your wife will be touching you, you tell her, baby, I'm going to work. When you're getting into marriage, it's not about sex. It's not about the physical attributes. It's about where am I going to? Can this person help me to that place I'm going to? Because when you're getting married, it simply means that 2 good heads are better than 1. If you have a strong destiny and you marry the wrong person, that person can stop you on your way. If you're supposed to be great and you marry the wrong woman, you might not even go anywhere. Marry a woman who has longevity. Marry a woman who can see beyond her nose. Marry a woman who is not about Brazilian hair. Marry a woman who will say, baby, instead of you buying Brazilian hair, buy land. Marry a woman who can see a bare land. Banana Island, everybody is selling for 1 billion, 100 million, was once a bare land. Marry a woman who is going to see a place and say, baby, in the next 10 years, this place will be Banana Island. She pushes you to buy it. Every man who have come into my life, me, I'm not bragging. No. There is no man that comes into my life that is not useful. That's why they call me blessing. Even if I don't get married to you, I want to come into your life and leave a footprint. You know, a woman came into your life. But like I said, you men need to be careful of what you want, of what you are asking for. I'm doing this video because a lot of men are complaining. I had a couple come to my office today and it was really, really emotional. It was really, really emotional. He said there's anything he brings, his wife swallows. She doesn't eat, she used to swallow it. Anything he brings, she will swallow it. Anything she brings, she will swallow it. I asked the woman, what's the problem? She said, hey, madam, please. Let me eat when I'm alive. Let me eat the one I see now. I never know about tomorrow. And I told the man, Kai. This is your doom. Because the woman herself already has a mindset. She said all she wants to do is eat the one that she's seeing. She does not know what is going to happen tomorrow. And I asked her, what about your kids? Why do you think women want to keep? Women want to keep because they want to invest for the generation they are going to bring forth. The reason why you marry a keeper is because that keeper is going to bring forth a generation. If you don't marry a keeper, your generation will suffer. It is a woman that will consider that I'm going to have children. I want my children to at least grow up and see something, to at least grow up and start somewhere. A woman that does not have sense just want to wear Brazilian. She does not care where her children is going to. Because that's the thing. Women do not understand something. No matter the kind of children you give birth to, it is your responsibility as a woman to make sure that they are okay. If your children fail as a woman, society is not going to blame the man. They're going to blame you. That's the struggle. That's why when you get into a man's life, you want him to invest. When you get into a man's life, you want him to be productive because you understand that if I keep this thing, it can get to my children. If I keep this thing, it can get to their generation. When a man begins to understand that you live for women, you will stop struggling. You will stop fighting. Everything you work for in this life as a man is for a woman. You give her to keep. This is one bitter reality you need to understand. We men cannot keep anything. They are givers by nature. So if you want to be able to keep something, you need to marry a woman who can help you. When you bring, she will help you. It's our nature to keep. Change your mentality. Change your mindset. Change your mindset. It's time to begin to look beyond your nose. It's time to begin to look beyond your nose. Because if you do not look beyond your nose, with the way we women are going this period, a lot of men are going to suffer. Look beyond your nose. There are beautiful women who are keepers. Leave the slay mamas. Those ones are collectors. I'm talking of the man that wants to settle down and how you should be able to choose your wife. Look for a woman who beyond all these things. I just showed you something from the beginning of the video. This is Instagram. This is what you see on Instagram. And you get treats. Oh my God, she's hot. She got some jiggy there. Oh, this is Instagram, right? This is reality. This is reality. This is reality with our shower cap. There is time for everything. Imagine I have all these things and I show you all these things and I cannot even hold a conversation. Imagine I have all these things and you have something you are doing in your workplace. You're just looking for a woman to just throw a suggestion to you and you come to the house and all I have is all these things. You are suffering mentally. Who will you choose? And imagine I have all these things and you come back home and you say, baby, there's something going on in my office. And I'm like, okay, you can share, we can talk. Marriage is not about fucking. You talk more than you fuck in marriage. The reason why many of you are suffering in marriage is because you don't talk. You talk more than you fuck in marriage. Communication is more. How long do you want to fuck? You cannot fuck for more than 1 hour. Even if you want to fuck 4 times a day, you can't fuck for more than 1 hour. Now, if you fuck 1 hour, let's assume you fuck 5 hours a day. You could go 5 rounds. What are you going to do with the remaining 24 hours, Shebi? What are you going to do with the remaining 19 hours? You're going to be talking. You're going to be communicating. You're going to be telling them about your dream. Baby, where are we going to? How do we do this? Which school? That is what you do in marriage. You talk more than you fuck. But many of you have married people that you fuck and you cannot talk to. That's why your marriage is not working. Some of you can't talk to your wife. Some of you, your wives can't hold communications. That's why you always go to beer parlor. That's why you always prefer to go and watch football. Because you married a woman and thinking it was about fucking. You married big nyash. You married big breast. You married slay mama. But you forget that it's not about sex. Communication works better in marriage. It is a relationship that you're fucking on. You talk more. What is marriage? Marriage is bonding. The people you talk to more are the people you love more. Do you know, there are some people that fuck you, but they don't know you. But there's some people that have not even fucked you. You people talk like brothers and sisters. Ha. The difference between a girlfriend and an ashawo is that a girlfriend, you talk to her. An ashawo, you don't talk to her, you just fuck her. Some of you don't even know where your ashawo is living. But a girlfriend, you know where she stays. You communicate with her. Baby, my business is not going well. Baby, I'm not happy. You look at her face. Communication. That's why she's closer to you. That's why you love her more. You love your girlfriend more than the ashawo because you talk to your girlfriend. You do not communicate with the ashawo. If you begin to talk to that ashawo the way you talk to your girlfriend, you will fall in love with her. Communication is the love. That person you talk to often, you have the tendency to love them. If you talk to me for straight 1 week, you must fall in love with me. There is no jagaban about it. If you talk to a woman for straight 1 week, you must fall in love with her. That's the power of communication. And that's what you're going into marriage to go and do. You are going to talk. You talk more than you fuck. So when you prioritize big nyash and prioritize big breast, one of my friends said something. He had this girlfriend that had a very big breast. If you see her breast from here to here. One day when I just said, and I asked that my friend, Oga, let me on fan because I'm sweating. And I asked him, this is your girlfriend. This is her breast. You know, as a relationship expert, I like to know what goes on in men's minds. So most times I ask very silly questions. I was like, guy, this is your breast. This is girlfriend and your breast. What do you do with the breast for when you're not in bed? Tell me now. He said, do you know the funniest part? I said, what? He told me, you say big breast and big nyash. I said, okay. It is only exciting during sex. After sex, it's irritating. I said, really? He said, yes. That big breast is only sweet when you are knocking, when you can press. But after sex, you just want her to cover up. The same thing as big nyash. So most of these things you marry is only for a temporary period of time. That time you are excited. That time you are aroused. But communication cannot go out of fashion. Communication is more attractive. Why are you here? Because I'm talking to you. Most times I make long videos. You know, sometimes I come to my page and I see that people watch my videos. I'm excited. Because I talk for so long and people are listening to me. Communication. A lot of you have bonded with me just because I talk to you. You are very close to that your pastor because he talks to you every day. Some of you worship your pastor because you listen to him every day. Many of you, if you listen to your husband the way you listen to your pastor, trust me, you love your husband. That person you are listening to, you have the tendency to love them. One of what? Please give me water to drink. You talk more than you fuck. So when you have this understanding, you see all this big nyash, big breast, you will do it when you are single. Then when you want to marry, you're going to look for a woman that has sense. Not every woman has sense. I'm telling you. Some women are empty. Empty barrel. They don't know anything beyond their nose. Some women are empty barrel. And it's what your wife know. That's what she will teach your children. So when you're picking a wife, you need to be very careful. What she know is what if she doesn't know, what does she want to teach your children? And the women tend to spend more time with their kids than the men. So if you marry a dummy, if you marry someone that does not have sense, what will she teach your kids? Do you men ever think from that perspective? Leave all this slay mama. Focus on a woman that has longevity. Focus on a woman that can see beyond her nose. Focus on a woman that can see beyond now. That's what it takes to be a great woman. When I met the man in my life, my husband, my boyfriend, my baby daddy, my sugar daddy. When I met my man, he wasn't where he is. 2 years after he met me, his life changed. I'm not bragging. I don't brag. They used to say it. And he's like, I asked him that day, baby, why is there anything I ask you, you give me? He said, because you're a blessing to my life. And I know that anything I give you will multiply. Jesus. Hey! Hey! You need to see me that day. Hey! I was jumping. I'm hot. That's what He said, anything I give you will multiply. That should be the footprint you leave in any man's life when you get into his life. Thank you. Longevity should be what you look out for in a woman. Don't marry the one that wants to come and grab now. That one is slay mama. And for a woman that is watching this video, you don't feel that the only time you can contribute to a man's life is when he marries you. No, that's a wrong perception. Some of you used to feel, oh, wetin concern me? After all, not be my husband. You no go marry me. That's the wrong perception. As a woman, you need to be able to you need to be able to leave footprints anywhere you go to. Put your footprints anywhere you go to. That's the most important thing. Teach people what you know. It's not bad. Be a contribution to anybody's life you get in there. Whether they marry you or they don't marry you. Be a woman anywhere you go to. A woman is a collector and a woman is a keeper. Be a woman. With this viewpoint of mine, I hope I've been able to speak to a man out there. I hope I've been able to share to a man out there. So please, marry a woman who have longevity and look beyond your nose. And I hope I've been able to break down that word which says, behind every successful man, there must be a woman. It doesn't mean that the woman is going to give you money. It simply means that men are givers by nature. And behind every successful man, when you marry a good woman and you give her, she'll be able to keep the things that you give her. And that is what it also means by two good heads are better than one. With this viewpoint of mine, I hope I can now take off my hairnet. My hair is I'm losing my hair. With this viewpoint of mine, I hope I've been able to convince and not to confuse you that two good heads is better than one. Let me drink water. Oh, fuck. This is reality. I'm so sorry. Make a hand weak. Everywhere hot. See you guys. Mwah.